So this is day 4, I think, and I'm now in New Plymouth. Came down from Tauranga yesterday, which is roughly a 4-hour drive. I think I'm about 1,200 kilometres into the trip. In total it will be about 1,700. I'm now off to visit one of the suppliers. I don't believe I'm allowed to take any video or photos, but I'm there to talk about a few things for business anyway. After that I am then shooting down to Woodville and then down through to Wellington. So we'll see you when we see you next. So this is the beast that has taken me around the countryside so far. 1,200 kilometres total so far. Like I said, we're looking at about 1,700. It's an absolute dog to drive. It is not fun. Anytime it's windy, the top of it up there, it gets in and out, and it's real awful. The wheel alignment is slightly off, so it's not much fun to drive, but it's making for a far more entertaining adventure. So anytime I get about 20 minutes out of any big city, I lose all radio reception. So I thought that I'd buy a couple of CDs for the journey. So in Hamilton I bought 2 CDs, with Black Sabbath Reunion and Wu-Tang's Greatest Hits. They were 2 for 15 bucks. Ironically, Black Sabbath was $16 alone, so I wasn't going to say no to saving $1 and buying another CD. So each CD is about 45 minutes to an hour long. I think I've listened to both of them about 10 times already, and my God, am I going insane to it. I love Black Sabbath, I love Wu-Tang, but man, over and over and over again, it's nearly as bad as listening to Static for 10 hours at a time. Anyhow, that's my little rant about my 2 CDs. Yeehaw. So I've just left Brooklyn's Wholesalers. For those of you who don't know, they're possibly New Zealand's biggest, or up there with the New Zealand's biggest wholesalers. They also import tropical fish and that kind of stuff. So I had a good look around their plant growing area and their sales tanks. All I can say is that my mind has officially been blown. It was incredible. It was really big, bigger than I expected in the scale. Although I expected it to be large, I didn't sort of realise how large the scale was. So a big thanks to Brooklyn's for letting me have a look. I was unable to record anything as per their company rules, which was fine, but my mind again has officially been blown. So next off we are going to Woodville. I'll see you when I get there. Hi guys, I'm here with Jeff. For you that do not know Jeff is a Pleco extraordinaire breeder. That's him there. And he is also the New Zealand importer and distributor of the Rapashi Superfoods.
Yay.
Yeah, so basically he's allowed me to come and have a quick look at his fish, so we're going to have a bit of a look at that. Until then, Jeff, anything you want to say about what you do, what you've done?
Cool. So this is Ken's got some footage already. This is what's left of Jeff's fish room. So it used to be 56 tanks and thousands of fish. Now it's 7 tanks and not many fish. I've got 14 fish blue phantom colony, the tanks of zebra plecos, and a couple of tanks of Contia compters, which is the liquid frog pleco, and growing out 50 odd L114 Cactus plecos. Yeah, and it's a lot easier not having thousands of fish. But other than that, it's still fish, and it's still doing what it is we all like to do. That's right. So this is my zebra pleco breeding tank. It's about 1 metre long, and the same other dimensions as all my other tanks. So we did kind of destroy it about half an hour ago when we pulled out the fry. But this is all that's got left. So this is it's been about 2 weeks since its last water change, so this is my equivalent of dirty. These fish don't require wood or plants or anything like that, so all my tanks I set up for what the fish needs, not what I need. So there's just little crevices between all these pieces of slate here that the fish will hang out in. I'm not really 100% sure. somewhere between 12 and 20 adults in here.
How many pairs do you have in there?
I don't know.
I know.
Zebra plecos is one of the few I really can't sense.
Yep.
So I always get nervous that if I split the group up, I'll separate boys and girls, which isn't the best thing to do when you're having a breeding program. They do breed constantly, but we stole the eggs earlier because that particular male is going to have a breeding. So because he didn't this time, he doesn't get moved to the non-breeding tank yet. But yeah, I could be breeding more if I split them into smaller groups, for sure. But at the moment, that's just all I want to do. So, so as long as they're happy, then that's cool.
And how long have you had these fish for?
So the originals, and I think there's only 2 or 3 of the originals left, I got about 6 or 7 years ago.
Yep.
And the rest are their offspring. And I got 12 originals, so there's still a good mix of things, and every now and then I'll buy some and put some more in to
Yep.
keep that pipeline separate.
Yep. Very good.
Cool. Yeah. The rest won't come out and the male will trap them. So we take the end off the cage.
Just like you've done this before.
Yep. Have an egg on there, which is handy. Three. So we've only got 3 eggs. Which is the thought we have. Male is not the happy camper.
Yep. Is it a normal amount you'd get out of a spawn?
So for my guys, yeah. So we got 4 actually. So you had 6 eggs this one.
Yeah.
Don't want to lose one of those eggs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are big enough to not need a male, so they won't fungus.
Yep, they're all wiggling around.
They swim. So Jeff's skirt boxes. This.
Alright. Nothing scientific then.
So it's got to lose some of the water without losing the hatchlings. Still got the 4. They should just flow out. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all still moving, so we're all still happy. Here we get.
So what's your process now for these ones?
So that yolk sac should last them another 3 to 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do. Yeah, Gizmo.
Good description device.
Which is a really small mitten filter or airlifter.
Yep.
And because we've been doing this a while, we've got points everywhere.
Come prepared.
Here. So I usually put this on this side of the tank because the current's coming across the top, bouncing back. I think I'll be doing this today. I thought he'd actually eaten all those.
That's good timing for my visit then.
Yeah. So that's going to sit like that. We just drop this. So this is an ice cream container that has this is some weed mat type material, but with holes in it, and I've just used a soldering iron to melt the two plastics together, as opposed to gluing or anything.
Kiwi ingenuity.
That's polystyrene on the top there, and I have those holes on three sides, so this will sink down to the water level, and then it will just float. Happy days, but because there's a lot of current, just bring it over here, and when I put the lid back onto the tank, that will trap on the lid and keep me in the position I want to be.
Cool.
And you can see it bubbling away, and that's going fast for me.
So that's just slowly but surely turning over filtered clean water into it.
Yeah.
Absolutely genius.
And then we put the lid back on and see it lock into position. Job done. And there's enough gap there so I can feed them through there without having to lift the tank up all the time to feed them.
It's almost like you've done this before.
Yeah, a couple of times. And then they'll sit in there for anything up to a couple of months, because they'll quite happy grow in that.
Wow.
And when I do a water change, I'll actually lift that unit out and then change the water. The water will drop from 27.8 down to about 24 at the moment.
Yep.
So I actually let it heat up a bit before I put it back in.
Yep.
And then you end up with here. We've got a clip. There's two that have just come out of it on top of that, so underneath this first bit of work. Two different generations worth there.
And how old are they?
So the one closest to us is probably about 4 to 5 months old.
Yep.
And that one behind that one there that's left is probably 8 or 10.
Cool. Quite slow growing then.
Very slow. Which is one of the reasons they cost so much. Because you don't get many, and they take forever to grow. And hopefully there wasn't one hiding under this piece of rock. Let's go with no.
That'll be why I couldn't see you on that one.
I think that's the right hand side actually.
So cute and then that small. They're also a really nice fish.
So this is my big tank. It's my 6-foot tank. It's only 540 litres, which is actually quite little for a 6-foot tank. But it's short because plecos don't need to swim in the upper water. What they're concerned with is the footprint of the tank. So it's 60 centimetres deep. It's only like 50 centimetres tall, 2 metres long. This tank is a bit of a fastish water, so we've got an FX5 doing the main filtration. We've got a Aqua One CF2700 something UV thing, which is full of filterable to keep it clean, and currently there's 4 Tunsies power heads in it, so we achieve about 28,000 litres an hour of circulation. It's also got, running through this one, about 60 litres a minute of air, which keeps it nice and bubbly at the top. So what I've done here is put some curtains, just standard household curtains up.
Genius.
And I've even put a track in it, the bottom one, so we can do maintenance. But in essence, that takes the yuckiness away, and it means that when you're looking at the tank, you're seeing under the waterline, and so you don't get all the light glaring your face when you're actually looking at it. So it's kind of made for looking at this particular tank. We've got rockwork at one end and wood at the other. I have noticed with this species, as they tend to grow, they transition from liking the wood environment to a rock environment, and when they get ready to breed, I'll take a lot more notice of what actual substrates and everything they like.
Have you had a spawn from these?
Not from these.
No.
So there's 14 fish in there. There's 2 adults that I thought were a pair that aren't, and they won't be breeding. Happens that way.
Yep.
You know, there's 4 fish that are the next age down, and they are probably within 12 months of being mature. And then the rest of them are smaller fish, and they're probably 4 years away from being mature.
It's quite a big investment then.
Yeah, and like in New Zealand, it's a time thing.
Yep.
You can't really buy adults.
Yep.
So any project is a long one. Everyone says, "Oh, get some green phantoms," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of blue phantoms." So another 5 years, we might be away,
Yep.
or we might not.
But you'll have fun trying.
Yeah. Well, they will.
Excellent.
So this is my 0134 property compter liquid frog breeding tank. As you can see, it's quite different to all other tanks in terms of how it's decorated. So these specific fish like more of a woody sort of environment. The other anomaly with this particular fish is that the females like to cave as well as the males. So in the other tanks, I'll vary the number of caves I put in based on the number of males. This one I vary the number of caves based on the number of fish. So if you want to stop the breeding, you take all the caves out. But if I put less caves than there are fish, that increases the aggression too much, because there's always competition for a cave. So
Are they quite aggressive as far as Pleco goes?
No.
Or just when spawning?
no, not at all.
Yeah.
It's just that they're really, really rare,
Yeah.
and this might be the only breeding colony in New Zealand unless someone else has bred the offspring of these.
I'm fairly certain all the ones that I had in the shop were males for quite some time.
Yeah, they do seem to have a lot of male offspring.
Yeah. And I sold a couple to a few people, but I'm fairly certain they were males. And I didn't notice any females personally myself.
Yeah.
Definitely with males in there.
So at one point I had 8 males and 3 females.
Not such a good ratio.
Not the best. So I've reduced that to 3 and 3.
Yeah.
And I might reduce that further. Yeah, and these are definitely prettiest.
Oh, they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful Pleco.
And again, it's kind of a bit dirty.
So have you got all your temperatures running roughly the same, or you're adjusting them per
So
type of species?
They're all per fish.
Yep.
So know a lot of guys that go and collect them from where they're from.
Yep.
So the data that's often published is not the extreme data.
Yes.
It's really average data, so that your average aquarist doesn't muck it up and
Yep.
cook your fish.
Yep.
So I tend to push the limits a little bit. I mean, these ones aren't rated or isn't recommended to run them too hot.
Yeah.
But we're not doing it now, but I'll put them to 29 if I want to.
Is that to induce spawning or just a different seasonal type behaviour?
Yeah, it's more if I'm interested in spawning.
Yeah.
I program my lights to run approximately the same time frame that the day length is
Yep.
where they're from. Although other than varying the light and the temperature, there's not a lot you can do to make it be like the real world.
Yeah. So there's nothing, no triggers as far as food goes or
No, they'll get the
or pH or anything like that in the wild that occurs that you can mimic here?
Not that I've really noticed with these ones. With these ones, I used to do a lot of recording, you know, multiple times a day and all those factors.
Yep.
But with these ones, it really just seems to be temperature based.
Okay.
And it is hard. I have very, very soft water. I have an undetectable pH coming out of the cap.
Wow.
So I do a lot of work to keep my pH steady.
Yeah.
Whereas particularly overseas, a lot of people, they do a lot of work with RO water to bring it down,
Yeah.
to soften the water.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work here. So if I try and manipulate the pH too much, I end up putting way too many chemicals in it.
And one last thing, what do you feed all your fish?
Of the Pashi.
Couldn't help myself.
So I mix it up. So bottom scratcher, grub pie, soylent green, super green. The new super gold, the goldfish one, is just fantastic for catfish.
Do you vary the type to what you're feeding, or do you just mix up the variety that you're feeding?
I do both.
Yep.
So sometimes I will give the high pans, the more meaty ones. The Barry Ancestress, I usually will always give a very green one too. And the reason for that is they've got a longer intestinal tract, so it takes longer for stuff to get through it. And that's the thing that some people don't realise, is that some of the diets is because of the teeth and that, but others because of the physiology of the animal. So if I'm feeling lazy, I just chuck the soylent green and bottom scratch and everything else together and make one mix.
Yep.
And that's
Been there before.
2 meats and 4 veggie. And if I've got a bit more time, then I'll actually make a specific one up for the sort of fish.
Cool.
And that to me is their variety. When I was breeding commercially, I would do Rapashi, but when the fishes were going out to stores, I would change to a normal sort of
Prepared type thing?
JBL type product. The reason for that is you don't want your fish to only recognise one sort of food as food.
Yep.
So when I was doing it commercially, I would do that not for the purpose of the health of the fish, but for the purpose of the fish recognising that other things are food.
Yeah. And going to the new forever home and starting to feed it and whatnot.
And you couldn't guarantee all those people were feeding Rapashi. If you buy them as zebra plecos, you get a free sample.
A free sample of the zebra pleco or of the Rapashi?
Yeah,
Oh,
well, if you want to pay a zebra price for a bottle of Rapashi, then I'll give you a free zebra. Yeah, no worries. The nutrition is really important.
Yeah.
And I believe that had a lot to do with why I was breeding everything so well.
Yep.
So it was the nutrition, the setup for the fish. And the other thing that really helped a lot was having males and females.
That does generally help.
It was one of the factors that really kicked it off for me.
And the water?
Yeah. The water, consistent.
Yep.
I mean,
So I thought the fact having water was going to help them spawn.
Yes, or every now and then you find them on the floor and then they're going, you need water. No, I don't. I'm cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Very good.
All right then.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers.